What's up, guys? It's Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. And welcome to Market Moonlord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. Now, as you guys know, we've been tracking GME, Gamestop, and AMC, especially with the moon phases, astrologically speaking. We've been going over this apogee moon the last few days, and it kind of looks like GameStop is definitely following what we pretty much were talking about. So on that new moon, we did see a trend change, which we were kind of, expecting that because on these new moons, a new beginning does happening. We were hoping it would go up because typically on these new moons, it tends to go up into the full moon. However, this one did go down. And I said if it did go down, it would probably go back up a few days after the apogee moon. Now, I just want to point out what happened over the last few apogee moons, and after I was kind of calling it out on it was going to we're either going to get a big climax on Friday or Monday, and we did today. We definitely had quite a day, but we didn't have what I was looking for, and that was a clear big candle day, but we did have quite a interesting day today nevertheless. But I want to point out something on this apogee moon, which is on the 21st of January. If we go 5 days after that, 5 trading days after that, 1 2 3 4 5, we had one of our best days. Hold on, 1 2 3 4 5, and on that 5th day we saw over $400. Okay, so that was 5 days after the apogee moon exact. Okay, now if we go to this one was on the 18th, and I think I wrote. Did I write it down? Yeah. If you guys want to see the dates of the apogee and the perigee, you guys can look right there. Okay, but if I go, let's see. It was on the 18th, so 1 2 3 4 5 5 days after that apogee. Look at that candle. Okay, and then look what happened the day after, next trading day. Now here we are again. So we had this apogee moon on the 18th of March, and so 18 1, let's see, hold on, 18th of March, yep, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we're on the 4th day of that after that apogee moon. Excuse me. Yes, so tomorrow will be 1 2, excuse me, 18 1 2 3 4. Okay, hold on. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, so we're on the 4th day tomorrow, and then on the 5th day, if it follows the typical trend that it's been doing, we're going to see a huge reversal. So yeah, I'm making this video just to pretty much tell you that we're kind of following that apogee moon still. And I said if we didn't see a big candle around that time, we're going to be consolidating. Okay, and so we're 1 2 3 4. Okay, so on the 5th day, which would either be, to be right, let me just pull out the calendar. 18. So 1 2 3 4 5. So on Thursday, we're probably gonna see a really big climax, the 5th day. Okay. Sorry guys, I was just making sure I got that right. And so don't even be concerned. In fact, buy the dip. Now I wanted to look at the astrological transits for GME tomorrow on that conference call. I pulled it up, but I haven't really looked at it yet. Let me see. Okay. And we're right at 4 o'clock. So right at closing bell. And that was today. So let's go to tomorrow. I may have to redo it. Hold on. Yes, I do. Okay. And I'm going to put the asteroids in there. Now, guys, I don't use the actual exact time. I just use the day, and I just look at the planetary alignments. We don't look at the house systems on this GME chart. Just an FYI. Draw. Okay. So I've seen quite a bit of squares. But that's okay. Squares aren't always a bad thing. They create traction, friction, which creates traction, which creates movement. Okay. All right, so let me look at the sun. No aspects to the sun. No aspects to the exalted Venus. We do have an aspect to the moon, and the moon is pretty powerful in Pisces, and Pisces does represent, escapism and creativity, and that's perfect for video games, as we spoke about, which is why Venus is exalted there for GME. So let's see. It has a sextile to Uranus, so it's clear to say that tomorrow's probably going to be volatile, especially at closing bell. Okay, Uranus creates a lot of volatility, and a square Mars, which can also create a lot of volatility too. Now, Mars does represent cutting, okay, because it represents the hands and the soldier and surgery, and Moon is more of an energy that fills up, it's like it collects water, you could say, right? So during this time, they say you don't want to have surgery if the moon's full and you're having a Mars conjunction, because that could represent a lot of bleeding. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the stock. That could definitely just mean there's a lot of energy just towards GME on the stock market, definitely around the end of the day when this moon squares Mars. Now, as you heard of me in other previous videos, a lot of financial astrologers would say, yeah, Mars does represent cutting. But to me, when I see Mars energy, I don't always say for sure that's going to be like that type of energy. I just say there's going to be energy. And it's making a positive sextile to Uranus, which would represent something good. And we have a 0-degree conjunction to Mercury. So that's definitely a good sign that there's communication happening tomorrow, obviously. And that conjunction can go either way, right? So we got to get more information to see kind of how that's playing out. What I like about it though is that the moon is in Pisces, and even though Mercury is debilitated in Pisces, Pisces is like the perfect energy for video games. Okay, and Mercury is up here, guys. If you guys are wondering where I'm looking at, I'm looking at the yellow line right there. So they're making a exact conjunction right there. But the square of the Mars is tricky. So let's look more at this Mars and see what Mars is doing over here. So it's making other aspects. I make this smaller. Mars trine Neptune. That's also very good for video games. And Neptune is also in Pisces. Okay. So even though it's getting the square to Mercury, that to me is like making things exciting, competitive, lots of energy. Mars is a soldier. Okay. And then Neptune is very well represents very like video games, escaping reality, jumping in different dimensions, just building a new world. That's very Piscean, Neptunian energy. Okay. So I'm looking, so far this is looking pretty bullish just based on those two transits. I like that. Okay, so we have two Mars square. We have a Mars square with the moon, transiting moon, and then transiting Mars squaring the moon. That is crazy. Okay, so there's a lot of emotional energy going on over here on GME tomorrow. Wow. At the closing. And that's to be expected. Now, this transiting moon is at home in Cancer, and Cancer is definitely a very, pleasant energy. Okay, so, and Mars is in Cancer, or Mars is at home for GME in Aries. That's very interesting. So both of these planets are at home, making a square to each other. So who's going to win the battle? GME has a nice little exalted Jupiter in Cancer. I love that about GME. So I'm going to have to give this one to GME. Okay, so I'm liking all the energy so far. The squares to the moon is intense. It's going to be intense tomorrow. In fact, there could be changes happening when it comes to the internal home of GME, like the management, okay? Because Cancer is like, the inside circle, you could say, okay? So there's probably going to be some announcements there that's not going to be, ideal for some people in the management. So maybe there's some people getting, let go, and some changes happening with the management. Okay, I like that. So transiting Venus is conjunct the Sun, and it is trine or sextiling Mercury, which represents communication. And Mercury is very much a strong player for GME's chart because it's 0 degrees in Aquarius. I mean, the 0 degree of any sign is very, very powerful. So it being 0 degrees, making a nice sextile to Venus, which is in Aries. This is about GME becoming an individual and owning, what they want going for further. Okay, because Venus in Aries is about self-love and self-nourishment and just doing what feels good for you. So let's look for GME to probably do something new, because Aries is the first sign. New beginnings is the spark, it's the energy. Okay, so look for something new happening. Look for something exciting when it comes to the aesthetics of GME. So I could see is them changing some type of identity of themselves, an aesthetic way and a brand way. They're definitely like almost like reinventing themselves. Venus going into Aries like this. Hey, Purely Unbound. Nice name. So yeah, I really, really like this. GME stepping into a new beginning with Venus conjunct the Sun in Aries. Sun is exalted in Aries too, by the way, and making a sextile to their 0 degrees Aquarius and Mercury in Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is all about destroying the old and bringing in the new. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, Venus is uncomfortable in Aries. Okay, because Venus is opposite of Aries and belongs in Libra. Okay, so this is really about them breaking into the future, breaking into their individuality, breaking into their uniqueness. Look for very unique things, unique announcements on tomorrow. Now, okay, another thing is, things are just really getting started for GME. I've been looking at both AMC and GME, and they both have that Pluto about to hit important planets for both of their charts. Okay, Pluto's about to hit Mercury over here. Not about, it's going to take some months, but when it hits Mercury over here, 0 degrees Aquarius, that's going to be exciting. I mean, I'm definitely going to hold at least some of my shares and wait for that conjunction. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. 25 degrees. Seeing if there's anything. Okay, so they're getting a trine. GME's getting a trine from Jupiter. Oh, no. Excuse me. Oh, no. Yeah. That's correct. GME's getting a trine from the transiting Jupiter to the North Node. Now, it's a loose trine. It's 4 degrees away. But that's also a buildup. And that's going to be right around when Pluto hits this Mercury. So, yeah, guys, I'm excited for when that happens. And don't look at this house system, guys, for anyone that came in new. Now, yeah, so they're really about to hit a destiny point when all that stuff happens. And I'm not going to go there because I'm going to cover the full moon that we're about to have later on. But so far, everything's looking good. We have a lot of Mars energy. We have a lot of moon energy. So look for things to be super volatile. Trades will probably say violent price action with this type of energy. But overall, things are looking pretty bullish, if you ask me. There's definitely going to be some strong announcements. There's definitely going to be some unique, brand new, original ideas. And there's probably going to be some changes happening with just the whole home of AMC or GME. Okay, and I say that because the moon is involved, squaring Mars over here in Aries. Now the moon is the home. The moon is also at home in Cancer. Okay, so there's something changing with the home of GME. That can be the internal circle. And I mentioned in other videos, they could be closing down the actual brick and mortars completely and just going straight to e-commerce. I would not be surprised if that happens. But tomorrow should be very, very, very exciting. And we're going to go over AMC next. So guys, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone who subbed. I really appreciate that. We're going to keep following the moon phases and the astrological alignments. And I'm very, very excited for this week. It's going to tell us a lot, and we'll be covering it soon. All right, guys, until next time. Peace.